Extreme sports athletes live the dream, fame, fortune, and Red Bull sponsorships paying them to do what they love. They travel the world, drive luxury cars, party with celebrities, and pull off death-defying stunts in front of millions. But what if I told you that success comes with a deadly price? That the very thing that makes these athletes rich and famous also becomes their greatest addiction. Red Bull doesn't just give you wings. It gives you money, pressure, and a dangerous need to go bigger, faster, and higher than ever before. And for some, that obsession with pushing the limits ended in tragedy. This is the shocking story of the Red Bull curse, where fame, money, and risk collide in the most dangerous way possible. For extreme sports athletes, there's no bigger payday than getting sponsored by Red Bull. The brand is known for backing the best of the best: skaters, BMX riders, wingsuit flyers, and base jumpers, with huge contracts, global exposure, and access to the most exclusive and dangerous events on the planet. But it's not just about the money, it's about the lifestyle. Private jets, million-dollar homes, VIP access to the biggest events. Red Bull doesn't just sponsor athletes, they turn them into superstars. One day you're just another skater or biker at your local park. The next, you're headlining the X Games, signing million-dollar contracts, and partying in Las Vegas with models and movie stars. The world is at your feet, but what happens when the high of success fades? When the thrill of the sport isn't enough? That's when Red Bull athletes start chasing something far more dangerous. But with great fame comes great pressure. Every year, new kids enter the game. Skaters, riders, and jumpers willing to go further than anyone before them. The only way to stay relevant is to push the limits even harder. And no one pushed harder than Shane McConkey. Shane McConkey wasn't just a skier, he was an innovator, a risk-taker, and a daredevil. When skiing wasn't enough, he started jumping off cliffs, bridges, and skyscrapers with nothing but a wingsuit and a parachute. Every jump brought more attention, more sponsorship money, and more pressure to go even further. He wasn't just competing against others, he was competing against himself. Each stunt had to be bigger, crazier, and more impossible than the last. But in 2009, the risk caught up to him.
Whistler is in mourning tonight after the death of a superstar that many considered a hometown hero.
McConkey attempted a wingsuit base jump in Italy. His parachute malfunctioned. He struggled to release his emergency chute, but it was too late.
When you are jumping off these 1,000-foot cliffs, you hit terminal velocity pretty quick, and the fact of having one ski on and one ski off sent him into a spin. And once you go into a spin in that situation, you can't deploy your parachute.
Shane McConkey fell to his death, chasing a thrill he could never outrun. Before he died, he once said, "If I don't go bigger, someone else will." And that pressure to go bigger cost him his life. Shane McConkey's final stunt took place far from home, on the cliffs of Italy. Just like so many extreme athletes, he was constantly traveling to remote locations to perform death-defying stunts. And here's the thing, you don't need to be an extreme athlete to understand the risks of traveling. Accidents can happen anywhere. Whether you're skiing in the Alps, skydiving in Dubai, or just exploring a new city. That's why having reliable travel insurance is critical. Starting at $20, TravelX Insurance Services offers coverage for medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and accidents, giving you peace of mind no matter where your next adventure takes you. Let TravelX Insurance protect your trip and click the link below. Because whether you're an extreme athlete or just a casual traveler, the unexpected can happen anywhere. Be prepared. Stay covered. Dave Mirra was one of the most successful BMX riders of all time. At his peak, he had it all: $15 million in earnings, signature bikes, video games, and Red Bull endorsements. He was a household name, a legend in the sport. And just like so many others, he lived the lifestyle to the extreme. Fast cars, wild parties, reckless spending. He bought mansions, luxury watches, and million-dollar toys, burning through cash as fast as he was making it. But with success came something darker. BMX is brutal on the body. Years of crashes, broken bones, and concussions started to take a toll. And even after he retired, he couldn't escape the addiction to adrenaline. Doctors believe Dave Mirra suffered from CTE, a brain disease caused by repeated head trauma. It can cause severe depression, memory loss, and suicidal thoughts. And in 2016, the BMX legend was found dead in his truck from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Dave Mirra had everything: money, fame, respect. But even after retirement, the rush of extreme sports haunted him. He couldn't live without it, and in the end, it consumed him. So, is the Red Bull curse real? The deaths of these athletes weren't accidents. They were the result of a system that rewards danger, risk, and pushing past human limits. For some, it was worth it. For others, it was their final gamble. And while we might not be extreme athletes, we can still learn something from their stories. Life is unpredictable. Risks are everywhere. That's why it's always important to be prepared, especially when you travel. Make sure you're covered for your next adventure with TravelX Insurance. Click the link in the description to learn more. What do you think? Is Red Bull responsible, or is extreme sports just extreme? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of extreme sports.